I'm going to talk about a different journey right now, and that is probably one that you're familiar with, which is The Wizard of Oz. And I'm going to kind of fast forward here, because I'm going to entitle this, Her Name is Elphaba. Her name is Elphaba. Now I must put on my glasses. So I trust we all know the story of how Dot and Toto get in the house. Right. She gets out of the house. And she looks over and says, oops. Did it land on someone? Imagine that house for a minute represents the institution of racism. The house of racism. The thing is sometimes our actions and our thoughts indeed sometimes land on people. When Dorothy got out of the house, she's a nice white girl from Kansas, and she just got caught up in the storm. Right? It wasn't her fault. But when she steps out, the biggest mistake she makes is she doesn't take responsibility. That was her house. She grew up in that house. And that house just fell on the witch of the East and killed her. What we do sometimes lands on people. And she took zero responsibility. So Dorothy gets out, boom, sees somebody underneath her house. But the witch of the East has a sister that we know as the Wicked Witch of the West. Now, the Wicked Witch of the West is the only person of color in the damn movie. Who determines that she's wicked? What we do is we create a caricature of her. That she's angry. She's an angry green person. Thank you. Have any of you ever been accused of being that angry person? But you know what? Wouldn't you be just a little pissed if somebody dropped a house on your sister and then took her damn shoes? That her sister just got killed, and I would like the shoes as a memento. But no, let's give them to the woman who killed her. But not give them. She took them. Like she deserved them. Privilege. And yet, she is cast as the villain instead of the person who tragically lost her sister. How did that happen? How did Dorothy end up being the victim in this situation? That happens every day. The wrong people. The people who cause harm, like we're really smart. Somehow we make the people who we hurt comfort us. That is messed up. So how did Dorothy become the victim? Well, she determined the narrative. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag All Lives Matter. So, who has control over the narrative? How many of you kind of don't like the whole All Lives Matter? It frustrates you. Now, all lives matter. Yeah, all lives matter. Nobody's going to disagree with you on that one. But you know what? Can we just for a moment focus on the people under the house and not the people that dropped the house on? But sometimes well-intended or not so well-intended people change the narrative. So we don't have to deal with the discomfort. But What if the story was written from a different perspective? What if you want to hear this different perspective, you're going to have to read a different book. And that book is called Wicked. How many have seen the play? Right? In this book, the Wicked Witch is not wicked at all. She's not a thing or a caricature. She's a person. And she's not wicked. Her name is Elphaba. Elphaba's sister, in this story, died tragically when a house fell on her. And as a way to remember her sister, she just wanted her shoes. But the person who killed her took her sister's shoes. No remorse, no apology. The thinking is that the shoes fit, I'll take them. Elphaba is not seeking revenge. And who would blame her if she did? She was seeking justice. She wanted what was rightfully hers. We all want what is rightfully ours. But in order to learn a different person's history, you have to wait for Elphaba Awareness Week, or Elphaba Awareness Month, or take a special Elphaba history course. The thing is this: how could this story be different? If Dorothy took responsibility, if Dorothy apologized, if she didn't take the damn shoes, if she didn't take what wasn't hers, and if the rest of us, we use our compassion like the Tin Man, our mind like the Scarecrow, and our courage, then maybe all of us will get over that rainbow.